Hello guys, how are you?
Thank you, Sufi.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, and congratulations for everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you
Good
so much,
evening,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
good evening, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Really done a great job. So it's your hard work. Because of your hard work, you all have cleared your KAPS examination in your first attempt. So today we are here to celebrate our success of the KAPS exam result, and because this is the first time that we all are gathering all at once after getting our KAPS result. So today is the first time that we are here. So at first I would like to share my slide with you. Okay, so once again, congratulations for everyone, those who are here. And in today's session, like, we are going to discuss about what is the next step that you guys need to do. Like, you all have cleared your KAPS examination, and now what is the next step that you guys need to do, like those who are here already in Australia and like those who are in overseas. Okay, so I will go in step-by-step manner, and at first I will explain about for those who are already here in Australia and those who already got their visa. So for them, the next step they need to do is to register themselves with APRA for the provisional registration, that is for provisional pharmacist registration. But those who are in overseas, for them, the first step is to apply for the permanent residency, that is the PR. So I will explain everything in detail. So I have divided into two sessions. Like the first part or the first half of the session is regarding the APRA application, like what are the steps that you need to follow, how you need to apply for the APRA registration. And in the second part, or in the second half, we'll discuss about the visa processing, the different types of the visas that are available, and also at the end, I will briefly describe about the PT exam and so on. And finally, we'll have a Q&A session, so where we will discuss everything about your queries, and whatever be the queries that you have, you guys can ask me. So as far as possible, I will try to explain them. Okay. So the first step that you guys need to do is, sorry, I'll enlarge my presentation. Okay. I hope everyone can see the slides, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, especially those who are already here in Australia, so what you need to do is, at first you need to register with APRA. Okay, so you need to create your details, your profile ID with APRA, and then you need to start registering as a provisional pharmacist with APRA, that is with Pharmacy Board, and all the steps that I will explain here. But before that, again, you guys need to clear your English exam. So English exam, that is either IELTS or PTE or OET. So either any one of those exams is acceptable. So at first you need to clear your English exam. So after clearing the English exam, so you can start doing this process. Okay. So in order to register with APRA, so what you need to do is just you need to visit to the APRA website. Okay. So go to the APRA. So when you go to the APRA website, here you need to select choose a national board. Okay. So just you need to click the national board, choose a national board. So when you select choose a national board, then it will direct you to this page. Okay. So in this page, you can see all the medical, all the healthcare professionals which are associated with APRA. So there is pharmacy board, medical board, dental, nursing, and everything that you can see here. So from here, you need to select the pharmacy board. Okay. So when you select the pharmacy board, then it will direct you to this page. Okay. So now you will go into the pharmacy board, that is the Pharmacy Board of Australia page. Okay. And it is also within APRA. So here you need to, and when you go to this page, here you can see that want to register as a pharmacist, how to apply. Okay. So just you need to click here, how to apply, then it will direct you to registration page. Okay, so first you need to go to the APRA page. From APRA, go to the select the healthcare professionals, that is choose a national board, go to the pharmacy board, and when you go to the pharmacy board, you will enter into the Pharmacy Board of Australia page, home page of the landing page. Okay, so from here you need to select want to register as a pharmacist. So when you select to register as a pharmacist, again you will be directed to the registration page. Okay, so the registration page here, so it will have different icons here like student registration, internships, provisional to general registration, and overseas practitioner registration. Okay, so you guys need to select this overseas practitioner registration. Okay, so when you select this overseas practitioner registration, so you will be directed to this page like knowledge stream. So that is nothing but as we all, like you all have cleared the KAPS pathway, so you will be directed here to this stream. Okay, so here when you enter to this page, so you can see that internships web page of the pharmacy board. Okay, or what you can do is directly you can go to the pharmacy board website and you can just search everything and you will find this page. Or the other way you can do is just go with the APRA home page. Okay, so the best thing is to go with the APRA page because you need to log in through APRA website and make the payment in APRA, not with the pharmacy board site. Okay, so all the payments will be made to the APRA. So you can go in this way, like log into the APRA website, and then from there you need to go to the pharmacy board. So just you need to click this internships web page, then you will be directed to this internships page in pharmacy board. Okay, so here when you go to the internship page, so you will be you can find this home page, and at the same time it will clearly here it mentions that the number of supervised practice hours have been reduced from 1824 to 1575 hours. Okay, so post COVID, the Pharmacy Board of Australia, they have reduced the supervised practice hours, that is the intern hours, from 1824 to 1575 hours. Okay, and like before COVID, like before 2020, the rule or the condition was like at first in order to sit for the oral exam, so oral exam, written exam, so those are the two other exams that you guys need to clear by the time when you are doing your internship in order to get your complete or the full license. So those things that I'm not going to discuss here at this stage, but so you will be having two more exams to clear in order to get your full license. But at first you will be with your KAPS exam score, so you will be getting your provisional license. Okay, so like before 2020, so there was a condition that in order to sit for the oral exam, at first the candidates need to clear their written examination. So unless they clear the written examination, they are not eligible to sit for the oral. But after 2020, they have removed that condition. Like either if you want, you can do the oral first, then followed by the written, or if you want, you can go with the written, then followed by the oral. Okay, so that's not a big criteria, but these are the two changes that they made post-COVID. Okay, so one is they have reduced the hours, intern hours, and now it is not mandatory to clear the written exam before you go for the oral exam. So these two are the changes that the Pharmacy Board of Australia has made like after 2020. Okay. And now here, when you go to the internships page, and when you scroll down, you will go to this page like applications for provisional registration and approval of supervised practice. So here you can clearly see that there are two forms. One is the AASP 60. Okay, so the PDF for AASP 60, and the other one is APRO 60, APRO 60. Okay, APRO stands for the Application for Provisional Registration and Supervised Practice. So you guys need to select this one, not the AASP 60. So regarding AASP 60, I will explain you in the next slide. Okay, so but at first you need to select APRO 60. Okay, so just click the link for the APRO 60, and you will be directed to APRO 60. Like it is a PDF, it gets opened up. Okay, so this APRO 60 is the Application for Provisional Registration and Supervised Practice. And here, this is the application that you guys need to fill and submit it to APRA. And this form is to be used by overseas qualified pharmacists from countries other than New Zealand who have passed Australian Pharmacy Council KAPS examination. Okay, so you all have cleared the KAPS examination. So this is the form that you guys need to submit to APRA. That is the APRO 60. Okay, so go to this form, download this form, okay, APRO 60, and there will be 3 sections in it, section A, B, and C. So you need to fill those 3 sections. And once you fill those all the 3 sections, so you need to just mail it to APRA, one of the APRA centers. Okay, so like if you are planning to, like those who are already here in Australia, like those who are in Melbourne, so you need to send it to the APRA office in Melbourne. So those who are in NSW, you need to send it in Sydney. Those who are in South Australia, send it in Adelaide. Okay, and in Western Australia, send it to Perth. Okay, so whatever be the nearest APRA center is available. So you guys need to fill the form and send it to that APRA center. So when you go down in this application form, so in the section A, you will find this part, that is the where you need to submit your documents for your identity. Okay. So among the documents for identity, so there are 3 categories. You need to submit 3 documents under category A, B, and C. Okay, so document under category A, B, they both are mandatory. Like without those documents, your application won't get accepted. Okay, so you must submit all the 3 documents A, B, and C. So what are these 3 documents? So the document under category A, it says that Australian birth certificate. Okay, so you guys, obviously you won't have Australian birth certificate because you are not Australian citizens. Okay, and we'll talk about this second one. And the third one, it says about the IMI card. So you won't have the IMI card. So the 4th one says about the Australian citizenship certificate. So you won't have the citizenship certificate. And the 5th one says about the Australian passport. You guys won't have the Australian passport. Okay, so the only thing that you can have is the foreign passport with Australian visa. Okay, so Australian visa with a foreign passport. Okay, so because you won't have the birth certificate, you won't have a citizenship certificate, you won't have Australian passport. Okay, so none of them are applicable for you except the Australian visa. Okay, so you need to fill like select the Australian visa under category A, and under category B, obviously you will go with the foreign passport. So this is the option for option B, because here it clearly says that when you select the Australian visa, so you must provide the evidence of your category B as a passport. So you will provide your Indian passport or Bangladesh passport, Pakistan passport, any of your home country passport there. Okay, so you have done category A as well as category B, and now you need to select any other document for category C. So the other document that I recommend for you guys is, because all the other documents here you can see everything is Australian documents, either Australian insurance policy, taxation, Australian motor vehicle registration, Medicare card. So you won't have them at the moment. So what you can do is you can submit your international driver's license. Okay, so your international driver's license will be accepted under category C. So category A is Australian visa, category B is your passport, and category C is your international driver's license. Okay. So now, like once you get your visa, so you can fill all these categories and then you can submit it to APRA. Okay, those who are here in Australia. So right now, whoever in Australia, so you guys can start doing your APRA registration. Okay, so provided that you must clear your English exam. So once you clear your English exam, so you can start submitting the documents to APRA. Okay. Then the other thing is AASP 60. Okay, so this is another form, which is a separate form that I mentioned here in this slide. So there is an AASP 60. Okay, so this AASP, it stands for Application for Approval of Supervised Practice. So approval of supervised practice in the sense, so this is the application on which you were like the supervised pharmacist, okay, or your preceptor need to fill and submit. Okay, so yourself as well as your preceptor, you both need to fill this application and send it to APRA. Okay, so all the steps, like how it works is, so the first thing what you need to do is, at first you fill the APRO 60. Okay, so fill the form and submit it to APRA. Okay, that is send it to the Pharmacy Board of Australia. That is to APRA, to any one of the Australian cities, like in Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra, or wherever it is. Then, and before that, at first, when you go to the APRA site, here there will be an online details you need to fill. So you need to fill the online details, and then you need to make the payment first. Okay, so the payment, it won't be much higher. It will be around $400 or something, roughly around. Once you guys, you can have a look, but approximately it will be around 400 plus, but it won't be much higher. So you need to make that payment. Once you make the payment, then you need to send this APRO 60 form, which is filled in block letters by you. Okay, and then you need to post this APRO 60 to APRA. So when you post this APRO 60 to APRA, and by the time when you already made the payment, from that date, they will start calculating. Okay, so it means that your application has been reached successfully to APRA. Okay, so from that date, they will calculate like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, like how you have done your skills assessment with APC in a similar way. So the case officer will be assigned, and hardly they will take around 6 weeks or 8 weeks time to assign the case officer. So when once the case officer is assigned, the case officer will go through your application. Okay, and the case officer will keep on asking you few other documents, few other details to submit, like your Australian Federal Police check if you are already here in Australia, and if you are in overseas, like you recently have migrated to Australia, then they will also ask you to submit your overseas police clearance check. Okay, so these are the few additional documents that you need to submit to APRA. Okay, once the case officer they ask. So always I recommend you guys to organize your documents. Okay, make sure that you start working on organizing all the documents, like start working on organizing the international criminal history check from, if you have been in India, okay, within the last 10 years, then you need to organize that international criminal history check from India, okay, or from Pakistan, wherever the country that you are from. And if you are already here in Australia, then along with the international criminal history check, you also need to organize the Australian Federal Police check document. Okay, so at first you guys need to start organizing those documents. So once those criminal history checks are ready, and you also need to attach those criminal history checks in APRA website. So when you log in here, so there will be an option to attach all the documents. So you just need to keep on attaching all those documents in the APRA website. Okay, so those are the mandatory documents for you to submit, okay, along with your English language score. Okay, so you also need to submit your English language score. That is also mandatory. Without English language score, so the APRA, they won't process your application. Okay, and then, so this is the application that you need to fill. And AASP 60, this form or this application is for approval of supervised practice. So let's say, for example, those who are already here in Australia, and now you got your KAPS exam result, okay? And always I recommend you guys to, once you get your PTE score or IELTS score, whatever it is, so once you clear your English exam, so the first step that you need to do is at first register with APRA and send the application, that is APRO 60, to APRA. Okay? So because APRA, as you guys know, that APRA takes 6 weeks or 8 weeks time to assign the case officer. Okay? So meanwhile, what you can do is you can keep on searching for your internship positions. Okay, like let's say, for example, within 3 weeks, if you have successfully found an internship position, then you need to ask your preceptor, okay, to fill this AASP 60 form. Okay, then the preceptor, your preceptor will fill this AASP 60. That is, in this form, there will be clearly they mention that at which site that you are going to practice, that is in which pharmacy that you are going to practice. So that pharmacy details should be entered, as well as your preceptor's details, their APRA registration number, and your details. So everything should be entered. And then once this form is filled, you can send this form, like you can attach this form to your APRA portal, okay, at any time. Okay, so it means that, let's say, for example, if you have applied for APRA registration on 20th of May, okay, but sorry, on 20th of August, but by 10th of September, you guys have successfully found an internship position. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to attach this AASP 60 to your portal. So by the time once your application it reaches to your case officer, so the case officer will also see your AASP 60 in your file, in your portal. Okay. Otherwise, in case if you haven't found your internship position, then what happens is when your application it reaches to the case officer, so your case officer will send you an email by asking you to submit the AASP 60. So whenever it is done, or whenever you have successfully found your intern position. Okay, so like the case officer will give you like 60 days time. So within 60 days time, you can submit this AASP 60. Like even if you can't find your internship position like in the next 60 days, so you can send an email to the case officer that I'm still trying to find my internship position, but I'm still waiting for few offers from so-and-so pharmacist. So once it is done, then I will submit the AASP 60. So I need 60 more days extension. Then the case officer will give you 60 more days of extension for you. Okay, so it is not like a hard and fast rule. So they will wait for you. Okay, in case if you request them, then they will give you some extension like for 60 more days. So this is the form that is to be filled by your preceptor, and you guys need to submit the AASP 60 as well. And then the most important one regarding your good standing certificate, as most of you have already got registered as a pharmacist either in India or Pakistan or South Africa, or whatever be the country, your home country. So you guys might have already got registered up over there. So now, as you are already registered pharmacist in your home country, so it is a mandatory that the case officer will ask you to submit your good standing certificate from your home country pharmacy council. So that is from your pharmacy council, they need to send this good standing certificate to APRA. Okay, so you guys should not send your good standing certificate before the case officer asks you to do so. Okay, so don't send the good standing certificate before the case officer they ask you to do so. Okay, so you need to wait until the case officer will ask you to send the good standing certificate. Okay, so it means that, for example, if today, that is on 20th of August, if you make the payment in APRA website, okay, so your case officer will be assigned, let's say, for instance, by the end of September. Okay, the case officer is assigned. So it means that you should not send your good standing certificate till the end of September. Okay, wait until the case officer is assigned, and you guys need to wait until the case officer officially sends an email to you asking for a good standing certificate. Okay, but always I recommend everyone to start organizing the good standing certificate, because in some countries, especially in India, in some pharmacy councils, especially I'm talking about the Telangana Pharmacy Council and the Andhra Pharmacy Council. So these states, like they will take like almost 2 months time to issue this good standing certificate. So what you guys need to do is, at first you need to put an application for your good standing certificate in those pharmacy councils. Okay, but at the same time, you guys need to speak to the registrar up over there. So I need the good standing certificate, but the good standing certificate should be sent to Australian Pharmacy Council. The good standing certificate should be sent to the APRA, that is Australian Health Practitioners Registration Authority, only when I ask you to do so. Okay, so because in most of the states, like as they take like 2 months time to issue this good standing certificate, so they are issuing some token or a sequence number for you. Okay, so it means that you need to be in a queue or in the sequence. Okay, so and it takes at least 1 month time for you to reach your number. So that's why always I recommend you guys to start doing the process. Okay, start organizing the good standing certificate. Okay, and ask them not to send the good standing certificate until the case officer asks you to do so. Okay, so once the case officer send an email, then you guys can send an email to your home country pharmacy council and ask them to release the good standing certificate and send it to APRA. Okay, and by the time when you send the good standing certificate, you must clearly mention that to which city that you are going to send. Either if you have applied for Victoria, if you are migrating to Victoria, or if you are already here in Victoria, then you will be mentioning Melbourne address. Okay, so you need to tell to your pharmacy council that send it to the Melbourne APRA address. Okay, then they will send it to the Melbourne APRA address. So these are the steps that are involved in APRA registration, guys. And the other thing, other most important one is you guys also need to get enrolled in the intern training program. Okay, so intern training program is a mandatory program that everyone must do in Australia by the time when you are doing your internship. Okay, so it is again, it is a 1 year program. 1 year means it depends on how fast you finish it. So if you guys if you guys want, you can just finish it within 8 to 10 months also. Okay, so but it is a mandatory. So without this intern training program certificate, completion certificate, you guys can't get the complete license, or you guys can't register as a complete or a fully registered pharmacist in Australia. But this intern training program, you need to enroll in the intern training program only once you get your provisional license. Okay. So what happens here is, so when you send all the documents to APRA, and as I said, that the case officer will be assigned, and the case officer will ask you to send further documents like the police clearance check as well as good standing certificate. Okay. So when everything is submitted to the case officer along with AASP 60, okay, and then the case officer will assign you a license number. Okay, that is the APRA registration number as a provisional pharmacist. So you will be registered as a provisional pharmacist, and your hours, okay, your hours will get calculated only from that date. Okay, so let's say, for example, if you have already found your internship position, and you have started working as an intern in any one of the pharmacies, but you haven't got this license number. So it means that your hours at the end, you guys need to submit, you guys need to prove 1,575 hours, okay, to get the general registration. General registration is nothing but the final registration or the full license. So this hours will get calculated only from the date when you get your license number, okay, the provisional license number. Okay. So once you get the provisional license number, then only you can enroll in your intern training program. Okay. So intern training program is, again, like it takes 10 months or 11 months or 12 months, depending on how fast you finish this program. Okay. So this intern training program, it also has some, you will be having some assignments, some extra modules, and at the same time, you also need to attend some webinars as well as some workshops. Okay. There will be 2 workshops. So everything should be completed within 10 to 12 months. So once you successfully finish this intern training program, then you will get the certificate. Okay? So at the end, like when you go to your final registration, that is when you go for your fully registered pharmacist, that is the general registration. So the certificates that you need to submit to pharmacy board are, so one is this intern training program certificate that you have successfully completed this intern training program. And the other certificate that you need to submit are your written exam certificate that you have successfully completed your intern written exam. And the third one is your oral exam certificate that you have successfully completed your intern oral exam. So all these are mandatory to get registered as an fully licensed or a fully registered pharmacist in Australia. Okay. So regarding this intern training program and how much does it cost, everything that I have explained in a video, that video is Australian Pharmacist Exam Fees and Procedures and Procedure. So please, once if you guys want to know about where you need to do this intern training program and how much does it cost, okay, so once you can watch this video and everything, all the details will be up over there. Okay. And then finally, regarding English language requirement for APRA. So English language requirement for APRA is again 7 bands in IELTS. Okay. That is in each component or in each module, you need to score 7 in IELTS. Okay. Or you can go with 65 in PTE. Okay. That too in each component. Or if you guys want, you can also take the occupational English test. But when you take the occupational English test, you need to score B grades in each component, like in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. In all the 4 modules, you need to score B grade. Okay. So this is the English language requirement for APRA, but APRA will also accept the scores if you can submit it in 2 sittings. Okay. So 2 sittings in the sense, like, for example, if we consider, if you guys are going with the Pearson test of English. Okay. So in Pearson test of English, the first attempt when you appear for the PTE, so let's say for instance in speaking you have scored 65 plus, okay. In reading you have scored 65 plus, but in writing you have scored only 62, okay. And listening you have scored 65 plus. Okay. So in speaking, in reading, in listening, you have scored 65 plus, but in writing, your score is only 62. Okay. So what you can do is, again, it means that you are unsuccessful. You need to repeat your test, okay, to get 65 in each component. So when second time, if you sit for the PTE, and this time, if you get 65 in your writing, and even if you have lost the other components, like in reading or in speaking, if it is less than 65, it doesn't matter, because overall, when you combine both the tests, okay, the scores of 2 test results, like the scores of the two tests that you have done, like, and both the tests should be you guys need to take within 6 months. Okay, so if the duration between both the tests is more than 6 months, then they won't accept. But if the duration of both the tests is less than 6 months, within 6 months, okay, then if you combine both together, and if both combine, when you combine together, and you guys, if you can show that 65, 65, 65, 65 in each of the component, then APRA will accept that English score. Okay, so this is another like exemption which is provided by the APRA. Like even if you won't get all the 65s in one sitting, so you can club or you can combine the 2 sitting scores, that is the PTE score you obtain from the 2 sittings, and you can show them that you have achieved 65 in each component in PTE, or 7 bands in each component in IELTS. Okay, so this is the English language requirement for APRA. Okay, but like those who are in overseas, definitely you guys need to come through immigration pathway. So for immigration, there is no such relief, there is no such exemption. So you guys need to clear 65, the minimum 65 in each component only in one sitting. Okay. So the score will be accepted only in one sitting. Like Immigration Department, that is the Department of Home Affairs, it won't accept the score of 2 sittings. Okay. So these are the few requirements that you guys need to fill and you guys need to fulfill to get provisionally registered as a pharmacist in Australia.